Hi, this is Karen Malanga with NestBend Real Estate and another edition of House Talk. Today, I'm so excited to welcome Justin Taylor. Kristen couldn't be here today, but thank you, Justin, for joining us. Justin is a first-time home buyer in Bend, Oregon. Came here from Arizona, and he's working with Hydroflask. What I appreciated so much about Justin during the home buying process is that he has an engineering background, and his attention to detail was amazing. Justin, what would you like to share about your experience here so far?
Well, I want to say thank you for having me today. And Kristen is sad she couldn't be here. But what I really want to say was I was happy to work with Karen because she answered all the questions that Kristen and I had. And there were a few there. I think even though it was our first time, and I would like to say we were nervous going into it. We know we contemplated this. Do we want to embark on this? We really don't know what questions we should be asking. And I think that Karen did a really good job of helping us through the process from start to finish. And now we're in our new home.
Thank you, Justin. And what I loved is that he has that engineering side of him. So his attention to detail. Many times we'll get home buyers and they just want to buy a house, but Justin really needed and wanted to know everything about the house, the property lines. There was an odd jog to his fence, and that took some researching. Do you want to talk about that fence line?
Well, yeah, the fence line. It is interesting. The first thing is that there's so many things that go into just building a house, and so when I thought about buying a house, I'm like, wow, there are all these things I know that I don't know, and Karen was able to help me with those things, questions about the fence line. Why is this fence line placed right here? And I'd kind of like it to be in a different place. How do we go about making sure that in the future I have the ability to make that change if I want to? And Karen was really there to work with the county and to work with the seller's real estate agent and figure out how I could best move forward with that if I wanted to in the future.
Yeah. And then also, Justin and Kristen also had what many times is it's a common situation where we might have a repair that has to be done, but it can't be completed during the transactional process. And it's going to have to happen after. And they were really accommodating with that. And I don't think everyone always understands that sometimes after you have a home inspection, maybe there's an appliance that's broken, the seller agrees to fix it. It may not be fixed at closing. And so we went through that with you as well, Justin.
It was really cool what Karen did, because what you did, you helped in a way that, we wanted to move in and it's our first home and we were really excited. And we're like, okay, our goal is to just have it be really easy, move the stuff in and not have to worry about, a broken dishwasher or,
Which
not have
we
to.
had.
Well, yeah, and that was it. We did the inspection. Mike did that for us and he did a great job. He says, you probably want to get this fixed. It's leaking. And that was a great call on his part. And that was something that, by the time we were ready to move in, we're like, hey, we're going to move in this weekend. We haven't quite finished that. We have the new dishwasher. It's sitting on the floor, but, how do we get this finished? And you jumped in and you had a guy that could come over and make it happen for us.
Yeah, he did. He came over on a Saturday, didn't he?
It was either Saturday or Sunday. I don't remember. And to be fair, I think I was out of town at that time. So Kristen was at home and it was really easy for her to get that taken care of.
Oh, I'm glad everything worked out well with you. Now, just a little bit of extra information. What brought you to Bend? How did you pick Bend?
Bend, of all places. Well, it's beautiful here, but what really came down to was a friend of mine. He told me, he said, hey, Justin, this is the place you want to move to. You love riding mountain bikes.
You do love mountain bikes.
Spending your time outside, hiking, all those things. And then there was, as an engineer, it's kind of tough to find jobs up here, but there's this company called Hydroflask that, I'm looking at the bottom of this bottle that I've been using for about over a year. And I'm like, made in Bend. And I knew it was made in Bend. He's saying, oh, Bend is great. I'm like, man, I wonder if they have a job for me. I wonder if they have something I could do for them. And it turned out that they did. And I flew up here and had an interview and decided, this is the place, fell in love with it.
Isn't that, Bend is like that. It's like people come here and visit and then they just want to stay.
Yeah, that's the story. And Kristen's the same way. She came up, and at that time, she's like, she was on board with all the stories, and she came here. She's like, wow, this is cool. The cold, she loves the sun, and she gets that during the summer.
Definitely.
The cold is kind of like, I'm not too stoked, but during the summer, she gets to go to the river and paddleboard around. So it's not just winter; it's summer too.
Sorry, do you want to talk about that? Do you want to repeat that? Sorry, I've been really sick.
That's okay. So, what really is exciting for both of us is that I get to do my winter sports, and she gets to go out and have fun in the sun in the summer and get a tan and float on the river, and it's really exciting.
So it's a good mix.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and I think you work with a great company. I happen to own a few Hydroflask bottles myself.
That's great. Well, we got some new colors coming out.
What are they?
So we've got Pacific, which is like this really cool blue that's coming out, and Citron, which is kind of like a more exciting like margarita color that we have on our pint. And so it's a really exciting time for us.
I bought a big brown one. What's that really big size? I take it to Bikram Yoga because I almost die in there and I just need to drink gallons of water.
If it's the biggest one, it's the growler.
It's big and it's heavy when it's filled.
Uh-huh.
But I got it in brown only because it wasn't black and everybody else's was black. So I know that's my Bikram Yoga bottle, boy.
Nice. Cool. Well, that's exciting. We definitely that's a fun story. And part of the culture around Hydroflask is how we develop awe within the product. And it seems
like AWE?
Like AHHHHH.
Okay.
Yeah. And for me, it was when I was hiking in California, and I got back to the car and I had that big bottle full of ice cold water, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome."
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So it's cool to hear your story.
And that's how you feel about your new home too. You have a sense of awe.
It is. Every time I pull up, I back into the driveway, and I know when I open up the garage door, my toolbox is going to be right there, and I've got those projects that I'm working on. And it's just nice to have that foundation and that grounding. Yeah,
I want to come over someday and see your projects.
Absolutely.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Justin. Thanks for taking the time to be here today. And I'll look forward to seeing some of those new colors with Hydroflask. And one other thing, Kristen was able to get a job here too.
She is. Yes. Kristen is a nurse. And she has worked at a couple different hospitals, small and large. And now she's working in Redmond. And she's really enjoying it. She started out on nights and now she's on days, and she's just got a really good family of people that she's working with. And unfortunately, she had to go out of town. They went out for a couple of drinks last night, and she's missing that. And she's kind of bummed, but when she gets back, they'll do it again, I'm sure.
Well, that's awesome too. Thank you again for coming. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This is Karen Malanga. I want to thank you for listening to House Talk, a division of NestBend.com.
Thank you for listening to House Talk with Karen Malanga. Copyright 2016, NestBend Real Estate.